Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some Kardashian news. And I know sometimes people are like, I don't want to hear about the Kardashians, but this is actually breaking news, which is really unfortunate. It's sad, and we're still trying to figure out all the details. But TMZ was the first to report on this. It has to do with Travis Barker being hospitalized. Let's get into it. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Travis Barker was rushed to the hospital yesterday, and you can see in photos where he's in a stretcher, and he tweeted out around the same time, "God Save Me." Now, "God Save Me" is the name of his new song with Machine Gun Kelly, so it's a little interesting. People are trying to figure out, was he saying "God Save Me" for his health, or was he saying, "God save me," like I'm promoting my new song? I guess that's neither here nor there, because the fact that he was on a stretcher is a big deal. And we still don't know the nature of why he was even in the stretcher to begin with. Kourtney Kardashian was by his side, and his daughter, Alabama Barker, she was the one who tweeted out, and she's like, "Guys, please pray for my dad." Now, some fans are wondering if this was an allergy thing. Some fans are also speculating he could have had a seizure. Everybody is just conspiracizing right now, because no one actually knows what the nature of this hospitalization was. But what we do know is the Kardashians are filming their next season of the Kardashians on Hulu. So this might actually be caught on camera. I'm sure that's the last thing that Kourtney and Travis had on their minds, like, hey, let's record this and let's record my husband getting put on a stretcher and rushed to a hospital. But at the end of the day, they document everything from breakups to makeups to infidelities to births to hospitalizations to even when Khloe had to go to jail for a DUI. They document every single thing. Now, moving forward, I did want to talk about some more Kardashian news, because from what we're hearing, and this is the thing when it comes to the Kardashians, everyone is always conspiracizing as to what's really happening. But for Kim Kardashian, we're hearing that at this point, she's ready to maybe take the next step with Pete Davidson. And that's crazy to me, not crazy in like a bad way, but she's not opposed to getting married again. And she's also not opposed to getting engaged to Pete. Everyone, if you go on Twitter, because I always go down the rabbit hole and I'm reading Twitter and what people have to say, everyone is like going in on her, like, why would you get with this guy? He's not really worth anything. He quit his job at SNL. Hold on, wait a minute. We all know Kris Jenner, right? The reason that all of these women are famous in the first place, aside from Kim Kardashian's sex tape, but the real like mind behind all of the businesses. Yeah. If Pete Davidson quit SNL, which he did, I'm guessing it was probably because she's working on getting him his own show, or he's working with someone on getting his own show, or maybe even going into acting. I don't think that Kim Kardashian has like no patience for people not having good work ethic, especially because she works her ass off all the time. She's, the owner of SKKN, which she calls Skims. She has her KKW Beauty, which I think that's what she renamed for SKKN Skin. I don't know. The point is, the woman is always working, and when she's not working on her products, she's filming her reality show, and sometimes even doing it at the same time and making appearances. So I couldn't see a world where she would be like, you know what, Pete, you're with me. I'm a billionaire now. So just sit back, relax. We've seen Paris Hilton in her documentary where she said, I travel around the world all the time, and sometimes it's hard for me to be with a guy. This was before she got married, but sometimes it's hard for me to be with a guy because if he's successful, then I don't really get to see him. And if he's not successful, then he follows me around and I pay for everything, but then I totally lose respect for him. I feel like that would be the same thing for Kim. And I think one of the things that Kim loved about Kanye, aside from the fact that she always gloats about him being an amazing father, because from what we're hearing, he wasn't an amazing husband, but that's her side of the story. And I'm sure there's two sides to every story. Well, three technically. But I think that, for her, in having a husband that was a billionaire, I don't think that she would go backwards. Now, would she actually get married to Pete? Maybe. Will we have an engagement on the new season? Potentially, but that's not the last of the news. It looks like Kim Kardashian has hooked her sister up her sister Khloe up with a new man, and that could potentially be on the show as well. The only problem here too with the girls and letting their men film is like, I feel like it's the kiss of death for any Kardashian relationship. I'm surprised that Kourtney put Travis Barker on the show, but if you saw her confessionals, because the Hulu docuseries was supposed to be more real and authentic as opposed to just the drama, you could see where Kourtney was getting pissed off because even the day that she got engaged to Travis, they edited it to be more about Scott Disick and how he was going to react, how he was feeling. And Kourtney's like, this is kind of bullshit. You guys took a moment that was supposed to be special for me and you guys made it about Scott. And that really didn't make me happy because, you know, I was excited to watch it back, but that's exactly what you guys did. So even though she was complaining about it and she's an executive producer for the show, which means she can make up her mind and like make decisions as far as editing and what gets to be put out there, she still had the confessional played on the docuseries, and they still showed the episode the way they wanted to show it, with her, you know, kind of celebrating her engagement, but Scott Disick was the main focus. I'm curious if they're going to continue to let Scott film the Kardashians or how they're going to work around that. I don't think that Kris Jenner would ice him out, but if he can't get along with Travis, what does that look like? Or is that a main central storyline? It could be. And for Khloe, don't bring your man on camera. For Kim, we hear her talking in her confessionals to Pete in the background. Also, don't bring Pete on camera. She said right now he has no interest, but just leave it like that. Unless you want to overshare, then you can overshare, because I am kind of interested in the dynamic. I don't necessarily understand it, but she did say at one point, you know, I was just interested in having sex. Like I didn't think that this would become a relationship, but then the more that we started spending time together, the more and more I started to like him. So, okay, I'm not judging. Guys, aside from that, in the Kardashian news and sending all the prayers to Travis Barker, which there was one tweet from a fan that said, God save the greatest drummer, arguably the greatest musician of all time. I don't know about that part. He's too young to die. He just started his marriage and he is happy. Please don't steal him from his wife and his children. I agree with that. I think that this is awful, but we still don't know to, you know, what extent his health issues are. This guy deserves your grace, Lord, and we know you know that. Amen. It's really actually heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine like Kourtney finally getting married and then this man, you know, something happening to him, and his kids losing him, her losing her first ever husband. She seems like she's obsessed and in love. That would be terrible. So I don't wish that on anyone. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But tonight we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and we will be recapping that tomorrow with So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. He'll be joining us to break down the episode. I think that it's always a good time with Ryan Bailey. He was so much fun when we did our Spilling Tea live tour. He joined us in Los Angeles. He's a great time, a good energy, and his podcast is amazing. So hopefully you guys can join us for that tomorrow. I'll be posting it in my community tab. But in the meantime, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.